Dun 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 dun. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another social production. That's right. We're doing it on Wednesday, April the 23rd, 2025. If you're just joining me today, if it's your first time, buckle up, buckle on. Where can you find these videos? I'm glad you asked. It's on Instagram. Follow me there. Subscribe on the YouTube channel so you get the full-length videos. Check out patreon.com/RobSaji if you'd like to fiscally, financially support the show. If you're tuning in from Canada, Wagwan, New Familia, further down south, the United States of America's, my brethren and sister, further down south than that, the Mexico's, over there, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Antarctica, Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, New Sentinel Island, Zimbabwe, the Portuguese peoples, my Italians, my Finnish people, my Icelandic people, people in Greenland, people in friggin' anywhere you are, in the pyramids, in Giza. What's underneath there? Tunnels? A dwelling? What's going on? Give us photos. X-ray that shit. LiDAR that shit. Let's go excavating together. To wherever you were tuning in. It is Wednesday. I'm feeling excited, feeling good to be alive and kicking. Another day, it's weird. It's upon us. We're doing it together. Let's get a sip of this bad boy right here. Lots to discuss. Lots of fun to be had. Ladies and gentlemen, I've thought about many different questions that concern you and me. But mostly you. It's a you thing. This isn't about me. It's about you. So thank you for thinking of all these questions that you think about all day, every day. Let's just get right into it, right off the bat. One of the most important questions out there. That's forcing humanity to really drop the bullshit and just think about the most important questions, which is doggy style, the iterations of doggy style. Which is the best method to do doggy style? I'm glad you asked. Thank you for joining me again. If you're just joining today, go ahead and subscribe on the YouTube channel. But nonetheless, let's get right into it. Doggy style iterations. Let's break it down. Trad doggy style. Is it best to do doggy style barefoot? Is it best to do doggy style with socks on? Is it best to do doggy style with shoes, like running shoes? Is it best to do doggy style with working boots? With hard top boots? Is it best to do doggy style in heels? Let's break it down together and maybe we can find the answer, because I don't have the answers. Thank you for asking the question. I don't have the answer. We'll figure it out together. Barefoot doggy style. Honestly, barefoot is trad doggy style. It does bode well in all temperatures. So if you're like, oh, I'm a tropical gal. I like to do them doggy styles in the tropical islands, man. That's what you'll say, because that's what you are. Or you're like, no, I'm in the UK, mate. I'm in the UK. It's foggy up here. It rains, so I like to just be barefoot doing my doggy style. That's what you like to do, and that's all right too. So doggy style with barefoot, it is traditional. It is socially acceptable. There is no, ambiguity as to where you're gonna land. You got barefoot. You got, you got a little bit of, friction that's made between your skin, and depending on what kind of, let's back up for a second, because this is very important. What kind of grounds are we standing on? What kind of interior are we working with? Is this an outdoor situation? Are we doing like, let's go camping, doggy style camping, no one's watching in the camping facility, let's do doggy style in the nature? Are we talking dirt floor? Are we talking grasslands? Are we talking, are we at the beach? Is this a little piece of property you've acquired that happens to be, waterfront or water back? If it was waterfront, then your street would be flooded. It's not waterfront properties. I should say that water rear properties. Otherwise, you die. I don't know how they sell that stuff to you people, but they say waterfront property. Well, fucking every time you open the door, there's gonna be water all over the place. How's that even selling? And these realtors don't know what they're talking about. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, so you got to figure out where you are first and foremost. Then you can decide, what am I comfortable with? Yes, of course, doing barefoot is traditional, highly accepted, encouraged in some societies. Other times you're like, man, I'm not quite sure if I feel all that comfortable going barefoot, doing a raw dog doggy style. So I'm gonna just I'm gonna slip on some socks. And that's great. And that's great. That's fantastic for you. Again, it works in the highlands, works on grasslands, works in the tropics. But hypothetically speaking, let's just say the ground you're standing on are very slippery. Let's say you're on hardwood, my friend. Let's say you're on ceramics. Let's say you're on some sort of, marble flooring, you rich, prosperous, successful son of a bitch, lady out there with the marble flooring, you Italian marbling it, you bring the marble from Greece, are you? Fucking things are looking good then, aren't they? But nonetheless, you're like, oh, I'm gonna just slip on my socks and just do doggy style on this Italian marble floor. Next thing you know, you're at it. You're hitting from the back. She's looking back at you, high-fiving you while you, right there, high five. But next thing you know, all of a sudden you get a little bit too excited. One foot comes it just gets a little bit loose. Your knee buckles. Next thing you know, your ankle is twisted, turned, you sprained your ankle, you fall on your back, you twisted your ankle, you fall, you break your hip, you hit your head first too. You break your hip, but you hit your head first. Next thing you know, concussed. Blood dripping down the side of your mouth, a little bit of blood coming out the side of your eye sockets, which is a little bit devastating, to be honest with you. Now she's regretting all the high fives. Now she's thinking, do I call 911? Do I just get up and bounce? Because, do I want that kind of question? What happened? What 911? How may I help you? Is what they'll say on the other side of the phone. And it was, we were doing doggy style. We typically stick to trad doggy style, barefoot. But today we both decided to put on socks, and yeah, my guy fell and broke his hip, and he's bleeding from his eye sockets. What's your, and do you want to be on the phone answering those? Because these are the topics that you should be considering while you're like, oh, just slip into my comfortable pair of socks. My fuzzy socks, they're so comfortable and warm, especially in wintertime. I get it. Wintertime, you're like, oh, I'll put on some socks and I'll stay all nice and cozy during the doggy style. And that's understandable. But again, take a look around. Where are you? Have you spilled a little bit of lube on the ground? Is it slippery when wet? These are the questions we should be asking ourselves. Otherwise, I'll tell you, if you're not like the sort that wants to do the trad or the socks, there's always the option of wearing some sort of footwear, athletic foot gear. If you're talking about running shoes, basketball shoes, even some golf or soccer cleats would do you good, especially if you're on grasslands. If you're on grasslands, get yourself some cleats, some rugby cleats, some football cleats, doesn't matter, some sort of cleats. Lower your center of gravity, dig your heels in, give yourself plenty of space. Next thing you could be doggy styling for 48, 70, 72 hours without having really moved all that much. Now, mind you, try that same pair of shoes with the cleats on your interior. There goes your beautiful hardwood. There, you just ruined your interior. Next time you're inviting guests over, they'll walk in and be like, oh, what a beautiful place, marble flooring, this is so beautiful. And then they'll tilt their head to the side and look at your hardwood and throw up projectile vomit at the side of the scratch marks all over your hardwood, and they'll leave. They won't stay for the party. There you go. You just lost a bunch of friends because you're like, I'll wear my cleats inside while doing doggy style. So these are all the questions you should be asking yourself. Of course, if you are in some sort of industrial setting, I do recommend, metal toe boots, because you never know when there's you're hammering away. Next thing you know, metal rod falls on your toe. How many times have you had that happen, fellas? Ladies, please protect your privates, protect your body. It is your temple. It is the vessel you've been gifted. So please wear a hard hat, wear some metal-toed boots. I do recommend it. And really, it's all up to you. Some people are like, oh, what if I want to work the calves while doing doggy style? I've heard murmurs, people talking on the fringe saying if you wear heels whilst doing the doggy style, you might develop bigger calf muscles. Like a beautiful Asian fella who's been gifted with beautiful calf muscles. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Beautiful Asians with beautiful calf muscles. Everything else is normal, but the fucking calf muscles, it looks like it looks like a Greek god the leg work. I don't know what they do. Some of them, it's nice. I don't know what, it's the genetics. It's the Asiatic high heels that, develop that beautiful calf muscle. Who knows? Who knows? But if you want to develop those calf muscles at the same time while doing doggy style, you can wear high heels. The higher the heel, the bigger the calf. That's what they say. That's what I've heard. That's what I'm spewing out there today. So please, do not put yourself in a corner and be like, I'm only gonna have to stick with one sort of doggy style. Try them all out, see which one works best for you. I do recommend start off with obviously trad doggy style, barefoot, but then do not be worried of like, oh, am I gonna dabble and all of a sudden find myself, discovering a new version of doggy style, which might tempt me to never go back to trad doggy style. So it might be that way. So that's the way the cards unfold, as cards unfold on the table. So there you go, ladies and gents. There's no correct answer. Whatever you want to do, as long as you are doing it, that's the most important thing. You're welcome. Thank you for asking these important questions. And it is Wednesday, so we're doing it together, ladies and gents. This is a team effort, of course. Give yourselves a round of applause. Twist your own tits. Fist yourself. Oh, ladies and gents, I know it's important that we all, of course, go about our lives, engage in different relationships. And a lot of times, these relationships, they might be with, human to human, human with human. Oftentimes, humans do have a best friend called the canine or the dog. They say that man's best friend or woman's best friend. The man stands for humanity, so let's not go woman's best friend. Let's just stick with what works, shall we, ladies and gents? Man's best friend, doggo. Scruffy. Some people go for the feline. They're like, I'll go with a cat. They're more independent. They're independent thinkers. They'll read the newspaper. They might go out for a little walk. They might, pick up a couple of friends along the way, bring them back for milk. Who knows? Doesn't matter. But the point is, these pets, as great as they are, I thought about it. I'm like, what if you want a little bit more protection? What if you want a little bit? Because you could get a guard dog, sure. You could get a Rottweiler. You could get a nice British bulldog. You could get a Great Dane. You could just the size of them are a little bit intimidating. You could get German Shepherds, of course, or you could get a cat. Or you could get one of those really hairy cats. I believe they're like the Persian cats. I think you get one of those, and they're not intimidating, but they are fucking fluffy, and they're big. They're bigger. They're bigger. They're fluffier. So that might be like, oh, scary fucking cat right there. Or you might go the opposite. You might go hairless cat, and that might scare a few people off. It looks like, oh, that fucking cat's one of them Chernobyl cats. You know what I'm talking about? But those are just minimal things that these pets can do. What if you want a little bit more protection whilst having that benefit of a best friend in an animal? I went ahead and researched this, and I found the best animal to bring into your lives to get that extra little bit of protection, because you never know. Yeah, you never know. You never know what's around the corner. You never know what's in your toilet. You never know what's in that manhole. You never know who's in the elevator. You never know what's in that shopping cart. You never know what's in your trunk. Yeah, you never know what's in your parking spot. You never know. You might have a good idea, but you never know. And that's the thing. I thought about it, and that's why I came up with the great idea. And again, this is a freebie for everybody to enjoy out there. AIDS monkeys. That's right, AIDS monkeys, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you right now, you get yourself a monkey with AIDS, riddled with AIDS, just foaming at the mouth, pimples all over the place, oozing with pus, just a little bit of, you smell it. You smell the infection on the animal, but it's beautiful. If you bring them into your homes, train them to stay within the vicinity, sometimes hop on your lap, sometimes on your shoulder. I'm telling you right now, if you have any sort of issue, like, oh, I don't know what kind of pet provides the best sort of friendship, aka protection, AIDS monkeys will easily relieve you of any sort of stress you have about potential hazards that might be out there waiting. Long gone are the days of worrisome the ladies and gents going out about their day thinking, oh, wonder if this canine's enough protection. Maybe and maybe not. I'm telling you right now, if you get an AIDS monkey, nobody will dare come near you unless you really invite them in and tell them to, hey, just don't look at the monkey in the eye. Just don't do that, then you'll be fine. We'll get along just fine. Just don't pet it, don't feed it. Do not feed it. Do not feed the AIDS monkey. unless you want to get your fingers bitten off. And it's just a better pet. It's got hands like we do, sort of, kind of. It's got a tail like a hang. It's, you know, it's more mobile than a dog, as in like it can like get up onto the heights, because a dog can never get on heights. You know, a dog can never climb a tree. A cat might be able to jump on, you know, this, that, and the other, but monkeys are way better at jumping, and they got the tail. So think about it. Anybody, intruder, smack right there with the tail. AIDS monkey to the rescue. Oh, what is that I hear? Oh, we got a newborn baby on the way. You know what's a great pet for a newborn baby? AIDS monkeys. That's right. Let your AIDS monkey hang around with your newborn baby. And I'm telling you right now, forget about calling for, you know, oh, who's going to babysit the newborn baby? This newborn baby with all its needs and babysitting requirements. AIDS monkeys can easily babysit you. Sure, might your baby catch AIDS? Of course, that's a possibility. But ask yourself this: if your baby catches AIDS, is it in any more danger? Because I don't think so. I don't think so, ladies and gents. So please, of course, you can go with the traditional, typical pet, cats and dogs, whatever, no big deal. Or you can treat yourself and your family. Get one for your elderly family members, whether you got a great aunt, whether you got the mom or dad who's, you know, getting up there. AIDS monkeys. Companionship with a pinch of AIDS, so that they're protected, so that think of their protection. And again, this is a team effort. I'm just looking out for all of us here, and I thought, you know what, why not utilize these animals, these smart intellectual animals, a little bit more wisely. So there you have it, AIDS monkeys, ladies and gentlemen. AIDS monkeys. It's summertime, it's springtime. I see the temperature out there. I see your sweet tits in bikinis. I see you wearing them short shorts with your bulge out there. But guess what? It's beach time. Time to go to beach. Let's go to the beach and get some sun. Let's put on some sun lotion and get into the beach and do a little bit of lap around on the sand, in the water. Let's get a hot dog. Let's play a couple of sports. Let's throw around a couple of frisbees. And you know what? That's all fine and dandy. That'll typically do the trick. You'll get your money's worth going to the beach. And oftentimes you'll see it during summertime, during spring, summer, when people are going to beaches. You'll see somebody in the middle of the water, you know, playing around with the water, just being all cocky with the water. Cack water, that's what we call them. Water cockies, that's what we call them. They'll go out there, test the waters, and next thing you know, they're drowning. Next thing you know, they're flailing their arms around like one of those inflatable dolls at car dealerships. They'll do that. And next thing you know, there's a beautiful gentleman or lady running and going there and saving these, you know, people who are flailing with their arms and drowning. They'll do that. And you just had a great day. You just had a fantastic, beautiful day. Everything was good. But guess what? The people you are now with, all their attention is drawn to this lifeguard who just saved a life in broad daylight. And they look like a hero. And that's fantastic. That's their job and they get paid for it. Thank God they do, I guess. But guess what? Why should they get all the glory? Why should they get all the, you know, the fame, the fortune, the attention? Do you need somebody to rescue at the beach? That's rhetorical. Of course you do. Oftentimes they're hard to come by. That's why you can call our hotlines 1-800-888-7657. Get yourself real fake beach incidents. We'll go ahead and send professionals who are trained to get themselves in a precarious situation at the beach. Next thing you know, we've also taken care of the lifeguards with distraction methods. Oh, I don't know, you got a male lifeguard? We'll send in a hot chick with a pair of tits and just have them chit-chat a little while and deter them from getting to the action first. So next time you're at the beach, oh, everything's gone great. You did a little bit of barbecue, you had a little chips, you had a little drinky poo, that's great. Oh, toss around the old pigskin football, or just loose pigskin. You just tossed around, so you slapped each other with a little bit of bacon, as men and women typically do at the beach. But next thing you know, you're like, oh, who's that in the middle of the water? Our trained professionals who you've contacted, somebody flailing their arms, a baby, trained babies with trained sharks in the middle of the water. These sharks are designated to come and attack the baby so that you can run and rescue the baby that's being attacked by the shark. Yes. Do they get bitten by these sharks? Of course they do. Will there be a little bit of blood in the water? I'm gonna make sure you get your money's worth. You bet your sweet ass there's gonna be a little bit of blood in the water. And that's right. Next thing you know, you're coming out the water. Slow-mo that shit for a second. Baby suckling on your tit. Search and rescue accomplished. Shark in your other hand. You let go of the baby because the baby's suckling on your tit. Punch the shark as you're coming out the water. Punch the stupid shark. Take it. Toss it back in the water because it's all about that what? Fucking catch and release program, baby. It's how we keep the wildlife going. Right there, right? So hero of the day, you get the acknowledgement, you get the accolades, and it's not always these friggin' in shape lifeguards who are just getting tan and oiled up and taking all the glory away for themselves. Selfish sons and daughters of bitches is what I say. A little bit, conceited. I'll just say that. It's all about me, right? Think about you next time you go out there with a group of friends, family members, acquaintances, business partners who are looking to make a decision. Do we bring Jim along for the ride? Do we tell him that he's promoted? Should we test the waters? You want to test the waters, son? Watch this baby get fucking rescued and let me punch a shark in the face. Do that. Promotion in the fucking pocket right there. You got it, son. You're welcome. Real fake incidents at the beach. Again, that's 1-800-765-43766. Call now. Babies. You have to give birth to them. That's right. You have to give birth to your babies. Oftentimes women get pregnant and when it's their due time, you gotta go to a whole facility called a hospital. Oh, get you a room, get you a bed, make it a whole thing. Gotta even make doctor's appointments prior to your baby being birthed. I said, you know what, could we make this process a little bit easier? I said that, and I went out there and asked people, and we came up with a great solution to babies and birthing processes to be made easier. Introducing pussy ramps. That's right. Think about ramps for people on wheelchairs when they get easier access to buildings. Remember those ramps? Yeah. We decided to take the same technology that people love for the handicapped, introduce it to the puss, and make a little ramp on the puss so that the babies, when it's their time, they can just roll out nice and easy. You don't need to go to a hospital. Get one of our pussy ramps installed on your vagina today and give quicker, more efficient births. Instead of, oh, is my doctor gonna be ready? Oh, did he injure himself playing golf? What if he does injure himself playing golf? Now I gotta meet another new doctor. How awkward is that? You just made a relationship with a fellow or a lady who's been looking at your cooch for about 9 months now. Next thing you know, stranger in the room, let me see what we're looking at here. Let me just roll up these sleeves. I don't want you to roll up your sleeves. Put your fucking sleeves down. I don't want you to be wearing extra long sleeves, fella. I don't want you anywhere near this puss. That's why I opt for my puss ramp, so that when I'm giving birth, I can just have my baby roll out on their own time. All right, quit rushing with the push. Enough. These doctors, they're so pushy. Push. It's like you push. Push you hard enough and get you out of the way with these pussy ramps again. Take birthing into your own hands. Give birth anytime you want, whenever you and your baby are ready. No more these doctor visits, hideous hospitals that you gotta visit, appointments that you gotta keep. Quit it, forget it. Pick up the cigarette and start drinking, ladies. Don't worry about it. Get puss ramps and give birth on your own time. Speaking of intruders, a lot of people are often asking themselves, what can we do to, get ourselves a little bit of safety if there is ever a case of intrusion? If somebody were to break in our homes, Is it guns, knives, karate chops that'll save me? Yeah, sure, of course. Or is it the AIDS monkey that I've gotten myself? All that are great preventative methods, of course, yes. But the best method has yet to be invented until now. Introducing intruder mattresses. That's right. Intruder mattresses, ladies and gentlemen. Mattresses that you'll sleep on, that you'll make love on, that you'll just kind of like lay on your side and like maybe watch a movie and like eat popcorn, and you're eating in the bed, and that's whatever, to each their own. I'm not saying you're gonna get fucking crumbs all over the place and make a mess, but nonetheless, I'm not that kind of person. I'm not gonna judge out here. I'll tell you what if your mattress had the capability of concealing you when there is an intruder in the house? Simply remove the midsection that's been altered inside your mattress, climb inside, and put the lid back on top. Think of it as a coffin, but merged with a mattress. Next thing you know, intruder alert, I'm all alone, I can't protect myself, is what your the wife or daughter might say, or your female cousin. God, that sucks. How many times have they had to, just fucking like blend in into the background and just like not blink? How many times? The dry eyes, the numerous times people have had dry eyes because they couldn't blink for like 20 minutes straight because they had to blend into the background. The trauma, skip all that. Mattresses with a midsection that can be pulled out as easy as 1, 2, 3. Climb inside, put the lid back on, get in there, stay in your mattress, and just have fun. Inside the mattress, we have actually put cameras all around your house, and now you can get a screen in there watching these fools do their thing. Watch them when you're in your mattress there, and you're like, what if they sit on the mattress? We made it so that if they sit on the mattress, you wouldn't. It's gonna be a little bit uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's still not like 100%, but we're working on it. So what? You're like, what if they damage the property? What if they set the place on fire? These mattresses are actually anti-fire. They don't catch fire. If the entire house were to burn to the ground, they'll find the mattress intact. Take off the lid. Who's in the mattress? Oh, thank God we invested in this intruder mattress. Guess what? Homeowners are inside that mattress. So there you go. Instead of just putting it off to chance, things that you could do at the gym or weapons that you could acquire on the market, whichever market that is. Of course, those are great. And even better than that, AIDS monkeys. Again, rhetorical. But get these intruder mattresses and find yourself having 20x the comfort levels that you normally have. You're welcome, ladies and gents. Brought to you by people who care about your safety. Us together, like we care about your safety together. It's a collective. We care about your safety. What else is going on in and around the world, ladies and gents? I believe they found some chimpanzees in Western Africa eating alcoholic fruits. They were feasting. It wasn't just like single chimpanzees going and eating these alcoholic fruits. They were doing it as like a feast. They took turns. Sure, they fought a little bit, like as to who gets, first dibs. But nonetheless, there was a feasting festival going on between these chimpanzees in West Africa, which begs the question, why are they drinking or eating alcoholic beverages? Because regular food, you get why they eat regular food. It's for nutrients, it's for energy, that's what they do. A little bit of shelter, a little bit of food. But it is interesting. It seems like they're getting a little bit of camaraderie through these alcoholic fruits, and it just begs the question, how close are we to these animals, or how close are they to us? They just like us, or are we just like them? It's interesting to see that animals go out there, and it's not the first time animals have been ingesting fruits and or vegetables that contain some sort of alcohol in them, or some sort of little bit of this, maybe a little bit of mad honey for this little Pooh Bear. Who knows? Doesn't matter, but it's interesting. Because we always think about ourselves going out there and eating things or ingesting things that might alter our consciousness, but animals do it too, and it's just really cool to see that. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. So there you go. That's chimpanzees fucking getting a little bit of that buzz going on. I wonder what they're talking about. They talking about the stock market when they get that drink? Are they talking about their marriages? Are they talking about them bitches? Are they talking about them mans? Are they talking about them, maybe one of them's going through a divorce. Maybe one of them just won a lottery. Maybe one of them just invented a new meme coin. Maybe one of them is trying to get a new job. Who knows what they're doing? But it's interesting to see them get into a feasting mode. as in share food and be like, here, have a sip of this. Feel a little bit, oh, your tail's gonna go numb. Maybe that's what they do. Maybe they drink to the point where they have their tails go numb and then just kind of like stick their tails in each other's buttholes, vaginas, mouths. Who knows what they do in the dark, these chimpanzees. And they just like us, aren't they? Or we're just like them, because who knows what we do in the dark too. Fun facts. Chimpanzees getting fucking drunk. There you go, ladies and gents. What else is going on in and around the world? I believe this past weekend was a little bit, it's a great weekend overall, it's a great weekend. But certain thing, a global major thing happened. I'll tell first, and let's just beep. What is this? We're in a truck right now. Beep, 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 beep. It's backing up. Step beep, beep, beep. Back it up is what I'm trying to say, lady. Beep. Fucking back it up for a second. As you may have heard, Pope Francis has passed away. He's dead. He died. But let's just back it up for a second. All right, I know a lot of you are asking the same questions out there. One of the last people to visit the Pope Francis, was JD Vance. A lot of people are asking, did JD Vance kill the Pope? Let's just take a minute for a second, all right? Before we start getting into what caused the Pope's death, let's just back up for a second. Beep, 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 beep. Back up for a sec, all right? Did JD Vance kill the Pope? Sure. He was one of the last people that saw him, of course. But is JD Vance the type of person who's going to kill the Pope? Let's look at the facts for a second. JD Vance, handsome fella, nice beard, Vice President of the United States of Americas, family man of faith, I think. Maybe, yes, I feel like he is. Man of travel, because he fucking traveled to go see the Pope. Nice beard, wears suits most often, has appeared on podcasts, which is a new thing we're doing, which is good. Get to see people in power positions being human, which makes you feel good a little bit, better than they used to, because you should just get on like news networks and talk like robots, which was not as satisfying. So it's good. So there you go, ladies and gents. Family man, man of faith, a nice beard. If he didn't run for the vice president, I would have liked to see him play like a 90s sort of, either like a 90s, TV cop, or like maybe like a, East Germanic, like, cops and robbers. He could have been a bad guy, and because he's got that beard. Not that he's a bad, but he's got that beard. It's nice. I'm saying he could. You see him as like some sort of Hans Franz-Schnappen. You know what I'm talking about? Hans Franz-Schnappen, but like JD Vance playing Hans Franz-Schnappen. So you could have seen him just eating German sausages, drinking beer, maybe solving crime, maybe being involved in crime. You know what I mean? Got that, just, I like it. Do I think he's killed the Pope? Sure. He's one of the last people that has seen the Pope. That doesn't mean that he's killed the Pope, all right? That doesn't mean just because he's handsome, capable, he's got a good job, makes decent money. He's got his whole life to look forward to. Who knows? He might be the next president as well. He's got a lot of things to look forward to. Why would he go kill the president with the Pope? Pope's already like old and wrinkly. He wouldn't have done that. I don't think so. Could the Pope have seen JD Vance's beard and just fucking maybe got jelly of the nice tight lineup, because he does have a nice tight lineup. So maybe he got jelly. Maybe all that jelly got inside him, and just at the ripe old age of 88, but I don't believe so. The evidence before me does not point to JD Vance having killed the Pope. I don't think so. Could he have done it? Of course. He's healthy, he's in his prime as a human being. He could have easily overpowered, but he didn't, which showed strength and courage. could have easily done it, but he didn't. In terms of like, if they were in a UFC fight, who would win? I'm putting all the money on JD Vance versus the Pope. If it was like Mortal Kombat, put him in like Speedos, backdrop, sunset, tropical island, Muay Thai fight, putting all the money on JD Vance versus the Pope. But nonetheless, I don't believe, based on the evidence that's in front of us, JD Vance has killed the Pope. But it does sadden us. It makes us sad to a certain degree. Like, not that, because like 88's good. He lived a good life. What did they discuss? Typical things. Most important of all, they were discussing is how much they people are debating, people are talking. They're like, who brought up the subject of glad you made it? Was it JD Vance to the Pope, or did the Pope suggest glad you made it to JD Vance? Experts, people who are in the know, actually say they both have been watching and loving the show and urge everyone else to do so as well. That's what they talked about. They had a great time reminiscing the time where they just discovered the show to like right now, as because we're in it right now. The Pope was a little bit devastated because he wanted more time to preach about Jesus, of course, but mostly more time so he could watch the show. That's what he wanted for himself. That's what he wanted for you out there. And that was one of his last messages. The Pope and I go way back. I spooned with the Pope back in, it was 2017. We spooned, and that's just what you call eating gelato in Italy. You spoon together. We did that. It was good. Other than that, I like the outfits. The outfits are pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie to you. The all white is a little bit risky for my taste. It's just prone to catching stains. I did try to convince the Pope to go with like a more of a, to get some color on you. I did say that. I said, put some color on your skin because you might spill some. He's like, don't worry about it. And I said, all right, you're fine, I guess, with having stains on your clothing items. He's got to connect with a dry cleaning service, I believe, in Rome or the Vatican. I did try to ask him to like give me one of the staff. I wanted that, but he wouldn't let go, and I had a good grip on it. Both hands, I gripped the staff. I said, give me it. And he's like, no way. He kept saying that, and I believe that's Italian for no. I really did try to. He was quite strong for 88. When we first met, he had a little like double chin. I said to make your papacy more potent in the papacy, the popes. You want to be more pope, get more second chin. And throughout the years, I don't know if you've paid attention or not, he did develop a nice double thick, nice bulge. It looked like it was nice, like a ball sack, but with only one nut, because it was uniform. It wasn't like lopsided. I told him that. I'm like, that fucking with your power position, not many men that can, but you can. And he did that. And he did one of these things, and it was blessed, and it was good. It was gooch. We liked each other's company. Of course, is there stuff to be, we definitely, is there stuff to be worked on within the Catholic Church? Of course, sure. Molesting, not more of the molesting, but like, I don't know, more something, less of that, more disclosure, less of that, less protecting the perverts out there, the chomos out there. So yes, of course. But most importantly, the biggest thing was the Pope just wanted, amongst many things, was for people to just watch as many episodes of Gladya and make sure to hit the subscribe button, as he said that. There was definitely, yes, of course, always, Jesus was always but mostly he's like, whatever you do, subscribe. And then if you want, like, follow Jesus, it's good that you do that, but like also subscribe, because leave a comment. He said that. He said before he passed away, he said it to JD Vance, like, come here closer, a little bit closer. I want you to say something on my behalf to the people. I want you to let them know that they should come close. JD Vance, come close. I want to tell you a thing right here. Tell the people how to live. section to work the algorithm. And that's what he said to JD Vance. And that's, if he wanted that message to be out, I'm not going to be the one that's getting in the way of it for the message to be getting out here. I have the Pope's body, of course. I'm going to be freezing it. We are using cryogenics. I don't care what the Vatican wants. I don't care that you got to, blow some smoke up in it. We're freezing them because we have the tech. Freezing them, probably going to display them in public. Not sure if we're going to do clothing or no clothing. It's up for debate, but yes. All that to say is that, to clear things up again, JD Vance, despite being handsome, good job and all that stuff, did not kill the Pope. Okay, so there you go. There you have it. We just deduced together that they had a good time talking about important topics, and he wanted that message to be just sent out to not just all the Catholics around it, just for all of humanity. Every time he was there, bathing the feet of, the elderly or people in prison, and maybe giving a couple of licks. He did look, when the cameras weren't looking. I know you're supposed to go there, wash the feet of the, less fortunate. Also, little sucky, little bit of that slurpage would go a long way. But as he did that, he always remembered to spread the word of subscription and leaving a comment, how you say, comment on the social media platform, making a movie algorithm, muchacho, por favore, grazie, mangia, is what he say every time he took a sip of a beverage and dip a little cracker in that too, and just right there, dude. So rest in peace to the papacy, to Pope. There's gonna be another one. We'll see who the next one is. Let's get a young one in there. Let's get a young one. Let's get a young Pope, because they die really. I've seen many of them die, and I don't know why we go with the elderly. I guess it's get a jacked one. Get a Pope who fucking has got traps. You know what I'm talking about? Just a jacked Pope. Get a Pope who wears a Speedo and just one of those male stripper thongs. Get one of those popes to really spread the message of subscription and comments. But that's just my 2 cents. I'm sure there's going to be a whole voting thing behind closed doors. There's going to be men wearing white, red, black. I don't know the degrees and who gets the red, who gets the black, who gets the white. I don't know their gang colors, but there's going to be a vote, and there's going to be some smoke that's going to be blown. That's all I know, and we'll see what happens next. But again, remember, the most important thing that was said by the Pope was to fucking subscribe. He said that. What else is going on in and around the world? Speaking of, holy people, or, people of holiness, people of the Spirit, there's this one I just like just because of the way it sounds. The Temple of the Tooth. The Temple of the Tooth, the Tooth Temple in Sri Lanka, in the city of Kandy. Allegedly they have the tooth, they have the canines of Buddha. Apparently they got one of these, they have a tooth in this temple. It's called the Temple of Tooth, Temple of the Tooth. That's what it's called. The temple is called the Temple of the Tooth. Hundreds of thousands of people gather there to go look at the tooth. I just like the name. It's the Temple of the Tooth in the city of Kandy. It's right there. It's just Kandy, city of Kandy, Temple of the Tooth, dude. Come on. Right there. It's a tooth of the Buddha legend. It's somebody that you're supposed to go there and look at the tooth and to marvel at it and be like, man, look at that. And you're allowed to do a lot of things. You're allowed to go look at the tooth. I believe you can pick it up, put it in your mouth, kind of play around with it. Just use your tongue, just kind of feel it. You can swallow the tooth and just have it go through your digestive system. You can do that. You could take selfies with the tooth, just like like have the tooth in front of you, just be like, oh, deuces, tooth, Buddha. Or you could put it behind you and be like, I don't even know what's going on behind me. And then there's like a tooth there photobombing your photo shoot with the tooth. You could do that. You could do all of it. You're not supposed to take a photo. Somebody took a photo of the tooth and apparently like leaked it outside, and now there's apparently a legend. I've not seen it. I just read the article itself. It says there's a photo of the tooth of the Buddha in the temple of the tooth in the city of Kandy. Guess you could say he had a sweet tooth. He was in the city of Kandy, right there. But you're not supposed to apparently take a photo of this tooth. And there may be repercussions once they find out who's the photographer who took those. There's going to be repercussions. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they'll pull his teeth or her teeth out as a sign of obedience to the law, because the Buddha would not want you to take a photo of his tooth. Oh, they should be punished, because that's what the Buddha was all about. Punishment, severe and heavy punishment. Namaste, Zen City. But yeah, it just got me to think. I'm like, man, I don't know if it is his tooth or not. That's fucking debatable. But also it got me to think, like, what if I'm not gonna do cryogenics when my time comes at like 175, 185, when I'm ready to go? What if I'm not gonna do the full body cryogenics, freeze myself, leave it up to the future generations to bring me back, just jumper cables, zap my tits and bring me back, whatever. If that's am I gonna leave a body part behind? And if I don't do cryogenics, maybe I'll leave a body part behind. I'm not gonna go with teeth. I think I will go with peen. I'm gonna leave my cock behind. I believe Rasputin did that too. I'm not sure if it was voluntarily or not, but he did leave. There is a penis allegedly that belongs to Rasputin, and it's quite large is what the legend said, but so does the alleged peen. That was his penis. So I'd like to, yeah, maybe I'll leave my penis behind. Maybe I will. But just putting it out there, I would make sure it is hard. Don't do me dirty like that. Don't leave me fucking hanging. Like, don't get it when it's cold and like, don't do shrunk penis reveal. Get it erect, fucking shove stuff in it, and make sure the skin is as large as possible. If you can even go, give me, don't do me dirty is all I'm saying. Don't give me like, oh, this penis is like 2 inches. Just give me a solid, whatever it is, you know what it is, but make it bigger too. Make it bigger. So the legend of his penis was like 7 feet long. Make it really stretch it. Do kind of want to actually, again, either be frozen, full body cryogenics. I don't want my own penis to be ripped off my body when I take somebody else's large penis and say it was my penis. But don't do DNA tests down the line. Do not just take a huge black cock and just say it was mine. People won't know. The people who've seen it, they'll know. But most people have not seen it. Vast majority of humanity is not, they've not seen you out there have not seen you don't know if maybe I do have a black cock. How would you know? You're gonna get in my face and talk about what color my cock is and how big it is? Maybe I got a 2-footer and it's all black. You don't know that. You don't know that. Like, chances are it's probably your skin color. Chances are you could shut the fuck up and just let me have this one. I want a huge cock left behind, and just, it doesn't matter, it's not mine. Just between you, me, and whoever else, just leave a huge black cock and say it was mine. Whatever. All right, so that's the body part I'm leaving behind. What body parts are you gonna leave behind? Maybe a left nip, maybe a little clit. Just freeze it, put it in resin, sell it online, replicate it, make jewelry out of it. It's whatever you want to do. The world is your oyster. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that, again, the individual who took the photo is severely punished the way the Buddha would have wanted him to be punished, with the heavy hand of the law. I believe that's what Buddha said. He went under the tree and came up with, we gotta punish people. More of that. More of the heavy hand. He did that. I believe that was his lesson, right? Go under the tree, leave your wife and kid behind, leave the wealthy lifestyle behind, go and really sit on a question, and that is how much punishment should be, allocate to the people. And apparently he did not, and specifically about his tooth, he was very sensitive. Like, any photos taken of my teeth, punished, 100 lashes. What else is going on, ladies and gents? I believe scientists, myself included, of course, we've discovered together as a team, together. It's no you or me, it's just us. Together, scientists have discovered, allegedly, a new color, allegedly. And the color is called olo. It resembles like a turquoise, it's like greenish, bluish. How did we do this as scientists? We took what we had available to us, which was ourselves and a bunch of lasers. And traditional science says that do not look directly into the sun. They also say do not expose your eyeballs directly to lasers. Don't stare at the sun, and don't zap yourself or others in the eye with lasers. We said, you know what, enough is enough. Maybe it's time that we did stare into the sun for prolonged periods of time. Maybe it is time that we do that. And we did that. Some of us went blind. Was it worth it? Yes, we now know for sure is that it's not good to really stare at the sun for a long time. But guess what else we did? We took these lasers that we had, that we put on animals to run around and zap each other, and then we put on robots, those lasers, and then we put on warships, those same lasers. We took it and we zapped each other in the eye. And after a little while, we started to see colors coming about, and we're like, whoa, what is this color? And somebody said, that's a color we've never seen before. Olo. Somebody said, what is that? Olo. Somebody said it's olo. And they're like, have we seen this color before? And they're like, no, there's no way we've seen this color before. It's a new color. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. By zapping your eyes, plural, unless you only got one, you work with what you got. Take lasers. If you've got them, take lasers. Point it to your eye, directly in your retina. Just flash it, just zap it for a long time, and you will start to see new colors. And will you too go blind like that fella or lady who stared at the sun? You might. And that's the price we pay as scientists. I don't care how many people have got to go blind. For the sake of science, if need be, we will lose as many people and their eyesight, whatever, man. It's science. That's what you want to fucking play with the big boys. It's what it is. Put your eyes on the line, son. Put it on the line. Put it in the microwave. That's how we do it. So yeah, you can apparently see new colors that we've not seen before. Although there were some haters in the group. It's always haters when you're doing research. People said, they're like, oh, hold it there, right there, hold it there, fellers. Easy with the new color discovery. Oh, all of a sudden you want to go out there with the big news and say you discovered a new color. So some people came and said no, it's not a new color. It's just kind of like, it's just whatever. It's just another green, bluish, turquoise color. But I'm telling you right now, those of us who did zap our eyes with the lasers, allegedly have seen a new color. So what does this say to us? It's one of those incidents that begs the question, what are we all seeing? And what does it mean to have perception that's unique to us, but also agreed upon society? Like, red is red to me is red to you, but what is red? The red that I see is probably different than the red that you say, but we've agreed collectively that if I point to something that's red and you can see red, you're gonna say that's red, but which shade of red are you seeing? Is it the same as mine? It's just asking questions. And what other colors are we not seeing? Because our eyes are not that great as they are. We got the best eyes in the fucking animal kingdom. But, I'm sure they're better eyes. Eagles probably got really good eyes too. But nonetheless, decent eyes, good eyes. But there's definitely things we can't see, which is really cool. So the moral of the story is, take a, flashing laser and just go nuts with it. Don't listen to people that say don't put the laser in your eye directly, hit your retina. You might go blind. And that's the risk I'm willing to take as a man of science. Do that. And this, it might shine a little bit of light on like what's going on with like colorblind people. Why is everything so black and white with these folks? You know what I mean? So we'll find out more. We just need to do more research. But all in all, it is fruitful. It is fruitful. Stare into the sun. Get one of those large, flashlights, the ones the cops use. And get some like, LED headlights in your car and just like on and off at nighttime, right in your retina. Do that. You might see flashes. You might see just what else do you see? What else don't you see is what I'm saying. And it is interesting because we all see things, but we all see a little bit differently, but we agree that it's the same thing, which is pretty cool. A little bit ambiguous because but it's nice that we agree upon things. Like if we say it's red and it's red, and it's red, is red. Well, like what kind of red are you seeing though? It's my question. Does it matter? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, yes, and no. Ultimately, yes and no. It's pretty cool. So go ahead and get a laser, flash it right in your eye, and if anybody says you're not seeing new colors, tell them take a hike. There's just a bunch of haters who don't want you to get the grant. They want to get the grant for themselves and come up with their own new colors. Guess what? They're gonna just run along, take the lasers and flash their eyes and say, we discovered a new color. That's what they want to do. Science is like that, man. You'd think that it's all just fun and games and lab coats, but a lot of people are just willing to do anything for a little bit of a grant. But we'll see. What else is going on, ladies and gents? I believe it was it's Canada's going through a thing right now. I don't know if you're in Canada, you obviously know we got the elections that's coming up, but it's happening right now. And I went ahead and I was out just a day or two ago. Today's Wednesday. 2 days ago, on Monday. So I was out and I met a fella because I got my little mail that they send out a mail that says voter registration or whatever, like where you can vote, and I had that a while ago. And I'm like, I gotta go out there and vote. But then I met a fella on Monday, and he was just really into voting. He's really fucking passionate about it. He just made it a point. Briefly met for a second. He had to let me know that he's passionate about voting. So it's that time. It doesn't matter. He said, it doesn't matter who you vote for, as long as you vote for people. I'm like, okay, yes, as long as yes. He's really passionate about it. He wanted me to, I had to know that he was passionate about voting. He's like, I don't care if people even like whoever you vote for, I don't care who you vote for, but you gotta go out there and vote. Gotta get out there and vote, man. You gotta get out there and vote. I don't care who you vote for, you just gotta vote. It's important you vote. And he said that. He kept on going though, he wouldn't let it go. I'm like, I'm already sold, man. I'm already sold. I don't need to, but like, yeah, I'm there with you. I'm agreeing. Yes, you do. Then he starts going into, I hate people who don't vote. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. You're passionate about the voting. Yes, people got to, it's your right. It's your privilege. Your right. Some might say it's your duty. It's your duty. It is your duty, isn't it? After all, it's your duty. Some might say that. It's very serious. Very serious. But he says, I hate people who don't vote. Very passionate. But him saying he meant it too. He meant it. You just gotta, I don't get it. I don't even get why people don't. I hate people who don't vote. Him saying he hates people that don't vote made me deduce on another level that he really loves people who vote. He really loves me. If you hate the people who don't vote, he loves the people who do vote. I voted 5 times that day. We ended up fucking. he hates the people, because I'm like, that's just you telling me what you love now. Indirectly, you're telling me what you love, which is a great thing to know. A lot of times when people tell you what they hate, is what they tell you without telling you is what they really love. So I'm like, man, say less, homie. Say less, dog. You know what it is. But that was interesting. It was interesting. I did go ahead and vote. I vote. It's the second time I voted in my life. It's nice as I'm, my younger self, I guess, teenager, early, late teens, early 20s, when I was just like, starting to think about things, formulate a couple of ideas. I don't know. Yeah, my younger self would maybe have not voted, but fucking it's straight up G, like fucking doing taxes out here like a motherfucker and like voting and shit, dog. Fucking grown up shit, son. Fucking I put the envelope in the box, dude. Right there. Fucking grown up man. All fucking right there, dude. Right there. Adult votes does taxes. Right there. I did it. Felt good. I felt like I've made some people say, is it a big thing to vote? Is it not? It's the most important, isn't it? After all, after I did a little bit of thinking, I'm like, I did the most. This was the most thing that you did. Some people might say it's the least that you could do. I say it's the most. Taxes and voting. It's right there. Adult, responsible, societal member, right there, fitting in, fucking fitting in hard out here on these streets, son. Putting an X through the O, drop it like an adult does. Do my taxes, out here on these streets, son. My younger self would have been like, gay. But nonetheless, dude, fucking adulting and shit. It felt good because I felt like fucking, I don't know what it is. Makes me like, yes, if we collectively agree upon like something, it might not be a perfect system, but hey, you come around after a little while of doing taxes and voting, you come around, you're like, okay, I'll fucking vote. Difference made. Fucking, people's elbow to the fuck. Oh, dude, I went there. The good thing about it was that it's so easy to vote. It was so easy. That's why I voted like 10 times. It was so easy. You know me, dog. Once I get into something, I fucking do it. Can't stop me from voting. I'll vote like twice a day, every day now. I will vote for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I've not stopped voting. I'm so good at it. Fucking X through the 0, the O, fucking candidate selected in the box. Full-blown adult. God, I'm so responsible. Fucking doing shit, son. Adult shit. Because it was super easy. So convenient. It's like the place was literally with the walking, the greeting of the many people who were there volunteering, I think. Sitting down for a second, putting the X through the O, selecting my candidate. The whole process took 5 minutes. Walking to the place, showing the ID, chit-chatting with a couple of ladies, you know what I'm saying? Ladies in your 40s, 50s, you know what I'm saying? Fucking voting, taxes, adult. Fucking right there, dude. 5 minutes, it was so convenient. Because I'm telling you, it's one of those things, like, many people have many things to do, but when it's convenient, you just, like I said, I've voted 27 times in 2 days. I'm looking forward to going back and voting some more. I'm so into it right now. I don't know what it is. It just got me to, it's a new thing. I don't know what it is, man. I'm telling you right now, you get a couple of gray chest hairs and all of a sudden you're fucking voting and filing your taxes. Motherfucking adulting out here in these streets. I'm motherfucking adulting like a responsible motherfucker. God, part of the societal fabric, making a change. Together, yes, I'll put a ballot in the box, yes, make a difference, yes, out here on these streets, adulting with a little ballot in the box, as I do my taxes is what I thought. Felt good, felt nice, making a diff. Who do I vote for? That's a private decision. I'm not gonna get into who I voted for. Well, all right, fine. If you're gonna be all pushy about the subject matter, if you're gonna continue to ask me who I voted for, despite the fact that it's a private matter, pushy, keeps asking. I voted conservative. Just because I'm just thinking, we've had liberals for 10 years. Let's just switch it up now. I get it. It's not a perfect system. This is what we got to work. Let's just do another thing for at least a little while. Let's just see. No, people in Canada, it's a little bit of test for Canada right now. It's a little bit of test. Just because we've gone through a whole bunch of shit. We'll see. I voted conservative. I'm telling you right now, just because, not that I'm a conservative fella. I'm not a liberal or conservative but it comes down to the two major parties, and it's like, who do you go for? The people who, with the whole pandy schmandy, locking away people's businesses, putting masks on mandatory, forcing you to get a jab out there, millions of people affected, loss of money, income, families torn apart, people's accounts, their bank accounts being frozen, all that stuff. And this is a little test for us. There's a little test. Do you want more of that? Do you want the same people, same group of people who never even apologized, who never even, took a little time to say, hey, we fucked up, never even own up to it. And now they got a representative who used to work with Justin Trudeau. Carney's the new liberal dude here in Canada. And then, so not that I know too much about it. No, I'm just saying maybe it's, but then we'll see. We'll see what the people decide at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you know what they say, people make good decisions collectively. The fucking collective makes good decisions together. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I've done my part. I did the thing with the fucking voting, because the thing with the guy was, he's like, if you don't vote, you don't get an opinion. I'm like, I don't think you know how opinions work, but I do see you, there's a thing to it, I guess. You could still have an opinion if you don't vote. Of course you could have an opinion, but it's nice to just be like fucking adulting right there, dude, right there with the votes to the fucking ballots and the boxes and the taxes, adulting. It's nice. So I did that. Felt good. We'll see what the results when they come in. I believe at the end of the month, we'll figure it out. And it's a little, I'm hearing things. I'm a little bit, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All in all, at the end of the day, it's fucking out here doing our thing. One at a time, together though. New, to try something new, or go with the old World Economic Forum gang and the communisms and the socialisms and the. It's gonna be nice, Canada. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Ladies and gents, what else is going on? Man, this weekend was, hey. If we can do this for a second, I'll say this, man. Over the weekend, I did watch WrestleMania 41. 41, bro. Right there, WrestleMania 41. Hell of a show. Enjoyed it. Thank you very much for everybody involved. Obviously, the wrestlers, the fans, the people who make the whole show, people who make the lighting, the fireworks, the pyro guys and gals, everybody, the refs, everybody, the fans. I love wrestling. I can't get enough. Yes, it's one of those. But the most important thing is that I got to watch WrestleMania because I wanted to bring this up. It's on Netflix. That's the beauty of it. It's on Netflix. Whereas prior to having merged with Netflix, you would have to go out there and buy the pay-per-view, which was a thing, which was some people out there might not, at the time being, have the means to go out there and be like, I'm going to pay pay-per-view to watch it. And despite the fact that they might like the thing, they might be fans, they might want to enjoy it, talk about it, have a lot of fun. It was nice to have it on Netflix, so I watched. And that's the thing. Fucking incredible. I'm appreciating for at another level, because when you're a kid and you watch it, you're like, man, this is, But when you gain a couple of decades and you watch it, you're like, man, these guys and gals they are really putting their bodies through the fucking line, man. It is incredible the amount of punishment. I guess these the narrative is that it's fake in the sense of like there's certain aspects of it, of course, that are like you got a certain you got a direction that it's being, but it's fucking happening. It's right there. The hits they're real. I'm watching Gunther just smack Jey Uso on the chest, and his chest is getting redder and redder. I think I see a little bit of blood. I'm like, is that blood, Jey? Is that blood on your chest, man? Congratulations, by the way. I see blood. I'm like, oh, Gunther with the slaps on the chest and the blood. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. In your mid-30s, you realize it because when you're young, you run through walls yourself. You don't realize shit, but then you gain a couple of, again, you put a couple of decades on the bottom, on the vessel that is you. You're like, oh, that looks painful. I think I saw Tiffy, congratulations. I think she chipped a tooth. She chipped a tooth, son. I think she chipped a tooth. That shit is for real. You see their backs. It's all fucking bruised up. Even the garbage cans or the bags, or the backs, everything. The getting slammed into the mat. The mat. I mean, it's the rest of it. It's getting slammed into the mat numerous times. The dives that these guys do. The dives that they do is incredible. Everything. The flips, the dives, the elbows, the knees. It's painful. Is what it looks. They make it look easy, but it's actually. Genuinely, I'm just thinking again, you'd fucking bump your knee for a second. You're like, oh, this fucking hurts like a bitch. These guys do it every week. They get in there, put their bodies on the line. It's theater, it's sports, it's athleticism, it's mental games, it's stamina, it's I love it. It's really cool. So thank you for making it available on the Netflix. I'm really happy to see that, obviously, which made me realize UFC should also follow suit. I have heard a little bit of chatter and because UFC, if they were to get on the Netflix, just for example, there might be a guy out there, mid-30s. Forget that guy for a second. Might be a gal. Let's just switch it. There might be a gal out there, mid-20s, late 20s, mid-30s gal. Huge tits. Works hard. She's a good gal out there. Got a good heart. Beautiful tits. Vagina for days. I'm telling you. Hardworking, really into it, and wants to see more of the UFCs. And oftentimes, despite being a huge fan, she has to opt for going online and finding, quote unquote, streaming websites that aren't, by the whatevs, you know what I'm talking about, and watch a little bit, and she sure would like to one day, when she does fucking get the bag, in due time, she will make it up to all the fighters in the UFC by perhaps getting money guns and fucking splurging a little bit. Just a little bit of money gun action. She'll do that later on when she can. Quit with the pressures of having to, go buy the pay-per-view. And I get it. If you can, great. Of course, do it. But let's say you can't. Like this real, but hypothetical, but also very realistic lady out there who's maybe in her mid-30s, great tits, shining clitoris, and who's a fan but can't. And then the times that she could go to these streaming websites. But the thing with the streaming website is sometimes they work great. They work fucking, you see straight through, the whole program, no interruptions. That's what I've heard. But sometimes this bitch, she might be out there having to fucking hit refresh, and then the punch is coming, and then it'll freeze right there. You're like, oh, did he get knocked out? What happened? And you can only hit refresh so many times. It's what I heard. So I heard you can only hit refresh so many times before one day saying, you know what, tonight's not the night, and you're gonna watch the early prelims, and then you're getting ready to watch the prelims, and then the main fight, and then by the time the main fight is coming around, you've clicked to refresh so many times, not to check the fucking bitch. She's clicked refresh so many times that she says, you know what, I'm tired of hitting refresh. And one day I will make it up to the fighters by fucking taking them all to strip clubs and letting them get lap dances or something. She'll figure it out. She'll always figure it out. And That's, so I'm just saying, if we're on Netflix, this bitch out here who's in her mid-30s, great tits, lovely, lovely clit. She could easily stream on Netflix, watch it, having paid for it, feeling like a responsible adult who can fucking do shit, and and it becomes even a bigger event. It becomes even more global. You want to grow the audience. You do not want to not grow the audience. Always grow the audience. Make sure that your audiences are growing, but not like just horizontally, but like vertically too. Because a lot of times, so inject them with stuff to make sure that they gain and they go vertical and grow. But then like shrink them and then make them grow again. You know what to do with your audiences. Just stimulate and make them grow. Rub their nips. Get them hard. So yeah, I'm not saying this for me, man. This isn't about me. This isn't about me. This is about fucking Stacy out there. This is about fucking Trish. This is about Lakeisha. This is all about, and it's about Omar too. Fucking Omar. It's about Dan, it's about these guys. I don't care about it. Because all this cat always lands on his feet, but at the end of the day, fucking all felines meow together. Fucking remember that. So merge with Netflix. Putting it out into the ether. Merge with Netflix, or just don't merge. You don't need to become one, but get in there is all I'm saying. Make it easier for people to watch is what I'm saying. Not for me, because like for others who might be having to click refresh, and I'm just saying it's available out there. Do it. Why not? Right? It's right there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll say this. Oftentimes, many people go about their day, and it's great that you do that. But when it turns nighttime, when the sunset comes around and the moon is about to rise once again and it gets darker outside, a lot of people become less visible due to poor lighting or just the fact that it's dark outside. How many times have we lost people outside due to the dark? Many a times, countless times, too many times to even count. Which is why I invented injecting your whole body with neon ink. That's right. Do not be that person who gets left behind in the dark with your group of friends. You just came out of a bar. It's 12:53. It's really dark outside, poorly lit. Everyone's kind of lit. You're walking, about to get in a cab. Next thing you know, somebody gets down on the floor to tie their shoes. Next thing you know, the group has moved on. Next thing you know, they're looking all around. They can't find you. Why? Because it's dark, poorly lit. You are lost, never to be found again. Group of friends move on with their lives while you're out there just months, weeks, and then months. Years have gone by, decades. One day, the same group of friends return to the same bar, and maybe they get out a little bit earlier. And on their way out, as they're stumbling, but they're also having a good time, arms around each other's necks, they see a man or a woman. It looks kind of familiar, but also looks a little bit strange. A man or woman, whoever you may be, shriveled. The elements have taken a toll on this person. His clothing or her clothing torn into pieces, skin, dirty, disgusting. Hair, relatively good for being on the streets, relatively good hair. Somehow they managed that. I don't know what it is. But somehow they managed. But nonetheless, shoes. There's no shoes, maybe like one shoe, and it's got a hole in it. And they're begging. They're sucking somebody off in the corner and begging for loose change. And guess what? As you reach into your pocket to toss the loose change at his face, you're like, Scott, is that you? And he scurries out into the fucking corner and jumps into the garbage can and just ravages through the garbage and just hisses at you. And you all run along and asking yourself, is that Scott? Is that Scott that we... It is Scott. Scott could have been saved had he had injected his whole body with neon ink so he'd stay glow in the dark at all times. It could have been Scott, could have been Lucy as well. So inject yourself with neon ink. Do not get lost. How many times do people lose loved ones in the dark? Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace out.